G'day teachers, how you going? Jimmy. Today I'm going to take you through how to use ChatGPT with some of your teaching activities just to save a bunch of time and help out a little bit. Whether it's your admin work, working with assessments, activities, generating reports and feedback, even if it's working to make an assembly announcement. I'll take you through a few different ways that this program can help, and we'll look at some of the ways that maybe you might not want to use it, and then a couple of the programs that are coming in to help sort of combat the cheating and plagiarism element of what's going on. Alright, also in this vid I'll take you through a couple of the prompts that you might like to use to help you get the most out of this program. We'll talk about some of its limitations and how utilizing the 80-20 rule might be a good strategy for extracting the most out of this program and saving you a lot of time along the way. So follow along the vid or skip to the next section, whatever seems to be the best way for you, and hopefully we can make up a little bit of extra time to work on the things that are important, like relationships and teaching our students. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so first up we're looking at admin work. So I'm talking about any emails, whether it's to parents or kids or staff. This program can give you a lot of help with getting those emails really started well and just quickly, getting you to a point where you're almost ready to send it out, and you'll just add a couple extra things in there. Just speeds up that process of having to start things. Another area that it can help you in is sometimes you've got to do announcements for assembly or a little speech. If you've got the ideas of what you need to put in there, it can write you up some quick notes so you don't have to think about it as much. You can just get out there with the information and you know that it's going to be clearly communicated. So let's have a look at how it works, alright? Okay, so we're here on ChatGPT. If you haven't looked at how to get into this program before, you just head to chat.openai.com or Google search ChatGPT and you should find it. It's by OpenAI. Start a new thing. There's plenty of videos out there. You just got to sign up, make a little account, and away you go. All right, let's look at emails. Maybe just a welcome email. So could you write me a welcome email to my grade 7 geography students? Let's see what it comes up with there. Dear students, welcome to our grade 7 geography class. Excited to embark on this journey with you to explore the incredible world around us. We'll be learning about the physical, human characteristics of different regions, how they shape the world we live in. Okay, cool. So that's, it's a pretty good start. That's, for my class, maybe we could add in a couple extra details here about what we'll actually be covering. Yep, this seems pretty good. Kind of get them excited. Maybe there might be something about an excursion as well. Textbook, you could add in the details for that. Yep, any class materials that you might necessarily need, etc. Whether they need to get them or not, you can change that. Cool, sounds pretty good. Add in details of an excursion to Mount Warning in week 5. Cost will be $45. Let's chuck in that, see what it does. Cool, so it's all the same so far. Yep. Excursion Mount Warning. This is cool. Yeah, wow, nice. Alright, something like that. And like I said in the intro, we're looking at that 80-20 rule. So this is, 20% effort has given me 80% of what we're looking at to do here. So I can spend my time just adding in the extra little details. I already know that it's a decent draft, and I can just add in some of those extra bits of info, maybe add my own little jokes or personality within it. But it's pretty solid straight away. Please write me an email to staff asking them to submit their programs by the end of week 1. Let's see if the way it works. Yep, see, look, it's already linked in knowing I'm a teacher. It links in with what you've done in the past. So, submission project in the first week. Yeah, cool. Maybe that might work to you, might not. Yeah, cool. It's going to be something. It's just got a few things. You can add the proper details there. It might not be a new program, but it's just going to give you that outline that you got to work with straight away. So it just kind of gets you moving on a project much quicker than, sometimes you can get blocks on those sort of sections. Well, I can anyway. So it's nice to be able to be like, all right, let's just get something moving, and I can edit it and work from there, and then boom, out the door. So I'm not spending too much time like thinking how I'm going to say it or talk about it. I already know that it's going to be 80-90% there. And another little one, maybe you got to do an announcement on assembly or something like that. So I need to announce on assembly that the SRC meetings will be on every second Friday, and if you're interested, please come up and see me after assembly. Let's just, okay, it's pretty simple, but let's just see what it says. Okay, it's doing an email. So that could be good. So this could be to all students. Nice, it added it out for me. Yeah, cool, it's added a whole bunch of things. Sweet. Can you write me a short announcement that I can read on assembly? Let's see. My students and staff, I'm excited to announce this start next week. Yep. Okay. Nice, so it's a little bit formal. Can you add a joke? Let's see. Leadership is like a relay race. Pass the baton, but responsibility stays with you. Okay, I don't really get it, but that's pretty funny. Whatever, I gave it a try. I guess you could try that and see what happens. Second thing is activities and lesson plans. So this has been interesting to play around with, just to see what it can do, what it suggests, how it suggests things. I sort of found the main interesting parts were when you wanted to combine a few elements together into an activity. Say you wanted, a geography lesson about human migration, and say you've got a value or a focus for the week within your school, and maybe it's group work or compassion, and seeing what it could come up with for that. It could be a good idea generator. So let's have a look at the screen. So let's say I have a geography lesson, let's say a year 8 geography lesson in human migration, and I want to integrate compassion into it. Can you suggest some group work activities for the class? All right, let's just see what we get here. Okay, cool. They're in groups. They're looking at a regional country, looking at some of the challenges that the communities have faced. Present their findings. Little role-playing group there. Compassionate letter writing. Okay, cool. Storytelling. Encourage the students to think about emotions and challenges, so walk in their shoes. All right, sweet. That's a start. That's giving me something straight away. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. There's some ideas right there, and then, this is a tool to help me to figure out different things at different times. It might be part of my process in coming up with lessons, you know, based on all the different things that are coming into my world and across my desk as a teacher. How can I combine some of those elements really quickly? You know, so I found it hard in managing so many different things. You know, you've got stuff you've planned, you've got stuff coming from the principal, from, you know, the SRC, well, whoever it is, different house groups and all that sort of stuff. How can you combine all that stuff together into an activity or to a group session? This just gives you some ideas straight away. It can help you with differentiation as well. So can you make this, can you make 0.3 into an easier task for someone with dyslexia? Let's see if we can do that. Okay, cool. It's given me, yep, it's changed it to a video presentation idea. It's pretty good using minimal text, or it's cool. So straight away that's given me the idea, I can do, instead of a compassionate letter writing task, I can get them to record a video of themselves. And that might help them to not have to rely on text as much for that sort of situation. Cool, it's a pretty good idea, you know? It's, you know, you're not gonna get the most all the time, but that's pretty good. Especially if I'm working quick and I had to quickly change what was going on, this is gonna give me something that's really relevant to what I'm working on. Okay, cool. And with lesson plans, I sort of had a quick little look at that. Let's see, lesson plan based on this. Let's see what it does for this. Okay, cool. So it's, oh wow, this is pretty good. Straight away, if I was going to be away for the day and I've got to send some information to the class, to my reception or to my principal, saying, hey, can you make this my lesson to give this information to the casual or the relief teacher. So straight away it's gonna, you know, give a lot of information to a casual teacher to be knowing what to do. And so I've got a lot of information here. I can adjust it, edit it, whatever, copy paste it as we go. I like this little mode here. You can change to light mode if you want to copy paste things, or dark mode. That's pretty good. Sweet. So that's, you know, like I said, 80-20. It's going to do 80% of the work for you at 20% of the time, and you just go in and adjust what we want from here. You know, it's written all this in 12 seconds or something. I can adjust it, copy, paste, edit. You know, I can make sure that it works for my students. I can add in some extra information about the particular kids that need some differences there. You know, I'm not having to write all of this information out and then work on the extra special details about the different kids and the differentiation. I can just do this, boom, then I get the time to spend on the extra stuff to really make those lessons really relevant to the kids in my class. So this was really interesting. This is part 3. This is assessment and exemplars. This is when I first noticed the power of this program. I was like, okay, let's just test it. I just wanted to test what it could do. So I've got an assignment that I do in my grade 8 geography class, and it's about Mount Warning, or Wollumben, in the northern New South Wales region of New South Wales. I think I said that already. And it's basically just a PowerPoint presentation, researching and presenting that information in a PowerPoint. Pretty simple, pretty standard, not too difficult, but for these kids, you know, they're getting distracted a lot, so it's good to try and help them to figure out how to stay focused. And I just wanted to see if it could write the task sheet. So write me a Year 8 assessment task sheet for a research presentation on Mount Warning. Please make it 8 slides, and needs to include a map, images, and at least, let's say, 300 words. Let's see what it does. Assessment task sheet, research presentation amount warning. Cool. All right, so it's okay. It's added a little group element. Research presentation. Wonder if it could do a marking rubric. Oh, I'll add it up. I'll see what it can do. Let's find out. Okay, so it's given a little, map sort of thing of what, and that's what we do in ours. It's like, all right, give them a real solid scaffold so they can work on it. Your higher kids, you might not give this scaffold. The middle kids maybe, and the lower kids definitely. All right, let's see. Can you write me a rubric? I learned this one in table form for this assessment. Ooh, let's see if this does this. Okay. All right, it's got some map. No way. Yeah, amazing. It's just on basic stuff that I put into it, it's given me some pretty good. Yeah. Pretty clear. And maybe you could get it to work on, criteria. I wonder if you could get it to work on the Australian standards or, yeah, that'd be so interesting. I reckon it probably could. Sample, yep, and exactly that. You can copy paste it, adjust it to work there, but my goodness, that's freaking 30 minutes work at least, and then it's done in seconds. Okay, so that's good. Oh, another thing that I found was interesting. Can you write me a student exemplar at an A level based on this? I guess I told it to do as a PowerPoint, so we'll see if it does it like that or whether. Oh, it's done it in slides. Okay, that's pretty good. Can you write an essay version of this assignment as an exemplar? Yeah, great. Oh, it's got a stop generating thing now. That's cool. All right, so it's come out pretty good. Oh, I like that new stop button. It didn't used to have that. Okay, great. So that's pretty good. Oh, can you write me an exemplar at a C level? Which this is where it was cool. It sort of shows it can do it at different levels. So it's going to give you a quick little way. This might help students as well to be able to quickly produce this sort of stuff. Like this, they can really see this is what we're aiming for here, this is what we're aiming for there, that's what we're aiming for there. All right, number 4 is reporting and feedback. So this one, I'm definitely going heavy on the 80-20 rule with this one, but I know, I'm not a hugely experienced teacher, only 2 years, but what I've found so far is that in your reporting in your report comments, there's certain structures and standards that you got to adhere to in your report comments, and sometimes it becomes quite formulaic in a way. So this might help to this could do some of the formulaic stuff and allow you to spend more time on making sure it's relevant and really aimed at the kid. So let's go. Can you a report comment for the A student in geography? They are also kind and compassionate. Let's just see what it does. I haven't tested this. Yep, they're strong in the material covered documents. Consistently developed a deep understanding of key concept applies knowledge, real examples over. Yep. Okay, cool. That's pretty good. That's pretty much what we've write. So, and I'm guessing you could copy paste one of your old, really good report comment that you've written before, put it in there, or use the style guide, put that in here, copy paste it in here, the info into the chat box, and then say, hey, can you write me a report comment based on this information on this kid, and it will spit it out for you. So that's pretty good. Use 80-20 rule for sure. It'll just get things moving for you, and you can adjust from there. Sometimes I find that's better than copy pasting sections and all that sort of stuff. It just gives you a different one, and look, you can regenerate it again, and it'll do something a bit different too. It's not amazing. I wouldn't be like just boom popping them out, but like if you're stuck, if you're looking for ideas, if you've up to your third or fourth class and you're like, oh geez, I need something new, I need a different perspective, this might help you continue on that. And for feedback on assessments, you might be able to copy paste the student's assessment into here and get them to give feedback on the assessment. So on the writing, on this, on that. I haven't checked that, but I'm guessing it's going to give you something, and you can maybe take some of that information out and give it back to the students as well. That might be a way for you to not have to do the grammar and spelling sort of stuff, and so you can focus on how the ideas are expressed, or how you can use metaphors more effectively, or just using the tool to free up time on some of the stuff that you do a lot, so you can spend time on the important, interesting parts of that feedback, of that, making it really personal, so that they get the benefit of both. Muck around with it, see what works, have a try. I think that's probably the main thing, is just trying things with this program and seeing what's good, what's not, what helps, what doesn't. All right, I like this one for topic 5. We've got general knowledge, analogies, and relationship building. So I thought for this one, you could utilize some of the creative abilities of ChatGPT. I'm always looking for stories, metaphors, analogies to kind of help link concepts to what the kids know, and really just give them a chance to link that information to something they already know and understand really well. I found if you can do that, they just like straight away hook into the subject, into the concept, and they get it, and you can work with higher order thinking much quicker. So let's see, can you explain, let's say migration, let's stick with this, migration in terms of Fortnite, the Fortnite game. Let's see if I don't know if it can. Migration concept moving between the islands of popular video game Fortnite. Together is also build structures so that progress. They have options to move to different islands, each with their own unique challenges, opportunities. Okay, cool. See, I don't know about Fortnite that much, but this is giving you something straight away, especially to some of your kids who might be interested in this. And wow, you could if you've done some work with working with the kids and understand what they love, can you explain, let's say, geometry in terms of horse riding? I don't know. Can it do that? Yeah, okay, sweet. Yeah, it's something. It's going to give you something. Oh, how about just what kids do in Minecraft? Let's just see what it does. Players and plays a virtual world. How do kids... Let's see. Alright, that's cool. Why do kids like anime? What are the most famous anime shows? Cool. So you might be able to just get some info on, some of the things that the kids are working on. And this is just going to give you ideas of how concepts are going to be linked to some of the things that these kids are already pumped on. It's just, you can link information really quickly in ways that are even way outside of your comfort zones, and that's going to I think that's going to at least help you to get the conversation going for them, and they can work on, Naruto, oh yeah, it is coach, when he did this, and this, and he overcame that thing, and then inside he felt this thing. Like, you can bring in a lot of those concepts and they can get it going because they know so much about this stuff, but you're just helping them, you're just giving them the key to the lock that lets them go and realize that they already know a lot of this stuff, but it helps them understand it in ways really strongly. And I feel like you're going to get a pretty good conversation going in your class about an anime show where most of them have seen it a lot, than you are with, like, the classic, when have you shown courage, and they did a couple of versions, and maybe they have that, but I feel like this just gives you a powerful enough stuff that you can work with to get them really talking and interested in the subject. All right, let's go over some of the limitations. Number 6. So I guess, yeah, this is probably the biggest thing. Me and my brothers have been using it, my friends. We're all kind of getting pretty aware of this rule, the 80-20 rule with it. So whenever you're coming up with stuff that's written or articles or blogs or whatever it is you need written, it's like it's going to get you 80% of the way there pretty quickly, and then you just spend your time and effort going on that last 20%. It seems like a good way to use it. If you go in with that expectation and that understanding, then you're going to enjoy the process with a lot more and have your expectations at a good level. It surprises me lots of times, and the more I use it as well, the more I'm able to understand the right types of prompts and questions to ask and things to say for it to give me a good output. These are just the main ones that I've sort of figured out in terms of how it relates to teaching. But I'm sure you guys have plenty more. If you've got more, or you've come up with some new ideas or thoughts, like, send them through. Love to see them in the comments. Who knows, I might do another follow-up video at some point. But some of the other limitations I saw, obviously the main one that a lot of teachers are worried about is the sort of plagiarism, cheating part that kids can use to come up with this. I did find a program. It's called AI Cheat Check. It's made by two Australian dudes. Two Australian guys. They saw this problem coming, and they've made a program that can check whether an assignment is made by an AI chatbot like ChatGPT, and can tell whether it's made by that, and can say, yeah, plagiarized or not. I've also heard that there are then other programs that can circumnavigate that, but hey, it's good that there's a little fight going on at least. I guess kind of like a Turnitin type program that checks on the resources and plagiarism, because as you've seen, you can change, you could do a C version of your assignment. So for a kid who's looking to just stay under the radar and not do any work, they might be doing something like that. I guess with this program, you may decide not to use it, of course. You don't have to. Kids, a lot of them probably won't either. Definitely there's going to be some that will. They're going to use it in different ways. Some will be scared of getting in trouble for cheating, of course. Some kids, might not like using it. Like, they might like the process of figuring out how to write something. That's great. Encourage that for sure. I guess, yeah, it's just very interesting and powerful. So, at some point it's probably going to cost something. It's free at the moment, but it's a research prototype, so the company is just putting it out into the world for free as a research thing. And so it may cost something at some point. So that may change our ability to utilize it, may change students' abilities to utilize it. But I just think, hey, it's here, use it. It's definitely going to be on everyone's mind at some point throughout this year, 2023. So, I hope this has helped along the way, and I hope that you have been able to get some understanding of how this tool might help you in school, might be able to save you some time, might be able to give you some new ideas. And yeah, any questions you got, any comments, chuck it in the comments thing. I'll look at it all. I'm not getting so many just yet, but hey, we'll get some more soon. Hey, all right, thanks guys, see ya.